Good night, everyone. Today is Thursday, June the 2nd, around 9:40 p.m. Guys, we're gonna go with a daily technical video day, and this time around, we're gonna start with the pairs instead of with the dollar. Guys, tomorrow is the non-farm payroll around 8:30 a.m. We are expecting some dollar strength in some degrees. The reason why is because we see a move very deep and very mature right here on the euro. So technically what we're expecting is after these three ways and these three ways and this being a 5, we're expecting the euro to create some type of top tomorrow. We're expecting the euro to either from current levels or a little bit higher around 45.60, 45.98 to create a secondary top, or at least a top on the A way with 3 ways back or one, all the scenarios that we've been explaining all week. So we're expecting dollar strength tomorrow after the non-farm payroll. That means, guys, that do not means that have to be for the level that we are right now. The euro still can get some more to the upside, and then from there create the top. Alright, so that's about the euro. Now this is the dollar sweeps, and the dollar sweeps same scenarios. 3 way from here, this is part of the 5th way ending diagonal. So if that's gonna be all we're gonna get on the 5th way, then the dollar sweep should turn higher from here. Another low here, the only thing that it's gonna make is it's gonna open the gate for the 3 ways back and another leg of dollar's weakness against the Swedish, and that's the scenario that's gonna take the euro higher. Now let's keep going. This is the euro pound. The euro pound, we're counting a flat when we got 5 ways to here, and then from here we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and it's a double zigzag, and then from here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So we're expecting also a drop. In other words, that the pound being stronger than the euro. This is the CAD. The CAD is showing a nice 5 ways structure from here. The CAD is very tricky. I was talking to James about it because we want to take a long from right here, but we want to wait for the news to be taking place tomorrow before we take a decision to take a long. This is too many nests, and if the scenario, I mean, like, I want to put in conclusion like this, guys. Very simple. The market, it has no a defined cycle at the moment. The market can go both ways, even can become very bullish, and that's the one that goes with the S&P 500. But also the market can go down and then be in the scenario with the ending truncation on the S&P. Oil looks bullish, so we're expecting oil to go down because that's one of the clearest one that we have. So technically speaking, guys, we have been telling you guys all week since Sunday seminar, take the market one day at a time. Do not get so excited with the dollar. Do not get so down with the dollar. I believe that the dollar is in for the round, at least in 3 ways, when the US dollar should get strong, minimum 3 ways. In other words, I believe that in case of the euro, the worst case scenario is that the dollar should get, in the euro, the dollar should get lower to around, I would say, 141.50 area. That's the bullish scenario of the double, or the double zigzag scenario. So that's the less that this move should get lower. I think that it should get lower to at least those levels. The most bullish scenario is taking the dollar in a proposed C way that is going to take the euro dollar very low to around 112 or 130 something area. So keep that all the scenarios in mind. Now let's take a look at the yen pairs, because this pair is showing the fights on the cat, but then we're expecting a move to around 97.11, 96.88 before a bounce back. This looks like a tree, but this can be part also of a flat wave bid. This pair is very tricky and has too many guys next 0.1212 right there, which is making suspicious enough to me. Now let's take a look to, I'm sorry, this is finally on the euro pairs. This is the euro cat. The euro cat, as you guys know, they did 5 right here, and that goes 1 2 3. This is W, a flat, and the flat looks very close to be the end. It tests today the 76.4, and I see divergence there in reference with the 3. So this read 75.01, the highest read right here was 72. So this pair is very close to the reverse, and that's confirming the scenario when the euro I'm sorry, the euro is about to create a secondary top. Now the yen pairs hasn't changed a lot. Before we get into the yens, I apologize, let me show you the pound. We believe that the pound is in a defined zone. Either the pound is gonna go higher on the C way, or this is part of the huge flat. But we need 1, 2, we got 3 ways so far to the downside, and then we should get the pound going higher. That goes pretty well with the idea that the euro pound is gonna go lower, because that means that the pound is stronger than the euro, and that's this pound is taking a kind of rhythm outside of the market, and we're taking this very serious, because we want to see where we're going right here with the pound. Now let's take a look at oil and the US dollar also. But before we switch, the signal, the yen pair has not changed at all. This is the triangle in the yen and the Aussie yens. When we see A, B, and then the triangle here, it should drop lower in C. I'm expecting Aussie to get weak with a proposed triangle around 86, 88. You guys can take that trade short against 87. So on the yen pairs, what we're expecting is the yens to get strong pretty soon. Let me see. The dollar yen is a mess, guys. It's a complete mess, the dollar yen, to be honest with you. This is what we see in the 4 hour. In the 4 hour in the yens, what we see is the 3 ways down, the 3 ways back, but this looks very choppy. I mean, I'm calling this like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like a wave 1 or the ending a wave A ending diagonal or a double zigzag. Either way, it should trade lower. If this the ending diagonal is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's gonna go here and it's gonna trade lower. That's most likely the best scenario here. When this is A, when this is A right here, we're gonna get a B, and then it's gonna trade lower in the C. That's most likely is the best scenario right there from the yen. Now let's switch to the dollar and the oil. Okay, guys, this is the dollar index charts, guys. On the dollar index charts, all you need to care, forget about we've been saying that all week. Forget about the biggest structure, forget about the next big move, forget about anything. All you need to care, guys, is that you have a move that started at 76.36. Is the low that we have is 74.21, almost 250 peg, and the moon is very sawtooth. The move it have showing a great divergence right here, as you guys see. So we're expecting dollar strength. I mean, we've been right almost every move right here when we're calling for the bear track right here when nobody did, and then all we can see is that the book is 1, 2, a 3, a break of the channel in the wave 4, a wave 4 flat, and a wave 5 that it looks like it's taking the form of an ending diagonal. That's why, guys, that's why we're expecting dollar strength for tomorrow. And I was telling James that I love this. I love taking the challenges that before any non-fine payroll, I like to say what the market is gonna do. Sometimes it's gonna be wrong, but most of the time I've been right, and I believe that the non-fine payroll tomorrow is gonna be a strong dollar. That's what we believe. Now the degree is another thing. All right. So minimum worst case scenario on the dollar, we are about to get these guys. We are about to get 3 ways here. That's the worst case scenario for the dollar. So we need to get it. We need to get this trade right here to ride the possible wave 3 or wave C on the dollar. And finally, guys, let's take a look at oil. This is oil. Oil been in the sideways move, and I start to believe that even when we're calling this to be the top in oil, can be the scenario that this is not the top in oil, and can be the scenario that this is, it got more to the outside. And I start to believe, because this sideways move is starting to look like a triangle when you got A, B, C, D, E. If that's the case, then the euro is gonna go higher, guys, to 146, 154 area after 3 waves back. I want all you guys to have that in mind, because if this is a triangle, triangles cannot be wave 2 in Elliott wave. So this becomes a B wave. So be aware of that scenario. We're still expecting a move higher in oil, but seeing how the market is reacting and how the market correlation is, seeing that the dollar is about to bottom in a temporary low, seeing that the euro is about to create a secondary top, is most likely that this being a scenario of this being a wave B in oil. And all we're gonna get for now is a move in oil, which measures comes around, as we speak, it should come around $84 a barrel. That's gonna be enough to take the euro to around, I would say, possible on the 40s, 40 something, and that can be the dollar a little bit higher to around 70, I would say 75, and then the big move in risk for the rest of the summer. So let's wait and see, guys. That's our point of view for tonight. Hope you guys be early tomorrow, and we're gonna be there for you guys. Thanks.